Bangladesh political arena is once again heated up with the announcement of the schedule for the national elections. Politicians and the so-called intellectuals are very much bogged down with the current elections, as though this is the key to all success and that the primary issue of the country is to hold a free and fair election. Unfortunately, the election has eclipsed all other pressing issues which normal people are encountering. A number of concerns have been raised with the upcoming election, whether it is actually going to be held, whether the BNP-led alliance will join the election, and whether it will be accepted by the foreign powers such as America. But no one is asking the most important question of whether this election will bring any real change to the economic and political turmoil Bangladesh has been suffering for many decades. We have already had 11 national elections that could not bring any real change in terms of establishing political rights and socio-economic justice for the masses. The democratic elections have failed to reform the state from an instrument of oppression to a responsible guardian for the people. We know the rulers often present a so-called development narrative to justify their legitimate reign. In fact, these so-called developments, in terms of major projects like Padma Bridge, flyovers, nuclear power plants, satellite, etc., they are nothing but projects designed to serve international and local capitalists, while the burden of debt is on the shoulders of the general people. Socioeconomic indicators under capitalism such as per capita income, GDP, national budgets, etc., do not represent a true reality on the ground. This is because under capitalism, the vast portion of a country's generated wealth is accumulated into the hands of a few and siphoned off to western counties. So, people must not be fooled with such cosmetic development slogans. Elections, whether fair or unfair, participatory or non-participatory, can only at best change the faces of rulers, while the capitalist democratic ruling system, which is the main cause of corruption and suffering, is kept intact. So, the upcoming election is doomed to fail the people once again. The present democratic elections give people the option to choose between two evils, Awami-led alliance or BNP-led alliance. There is no other option. Both are two faces of the same coin, evidently corrupt and representing their Western masters. They know that the people's mandate is not essential to secure power. Rather, they rely on the blessing from their foreign masters. Thus, the elections in Bangladesh under the present democratic system are nothing more than a circus which costs a huge amount of money, energy, emotion, and life. What a waste. Elections are merely a process to select your representative. There is nothing wrong with elections in general, but history has witnessed it is not an effective means to bring about a fundamental change in a society. Bangladesh needs a real change, a change from its current capitalist democratic ruling system, but this can never happen through the current electoral process. We have definitive guidance from the life of our prophet, peace and blessing be upon him, as to how he brought about a real change from a corrupt society. He, peace and blessing be upon him, did not participate in any elections to establish Islam. Only the Islamic ruling system, the Khilafah, can guarantee people's economic and political rights given by Allah Almighty and ensure justice. We must follow the practices and teachings of our prophet, peace and blessing be upon him, and must not be deceived by the beating of election drum.